great man once said, I can resist everything but temptation. Well, the temptation is certainly there with the MT-10 SP. While you can burb it along quietly around town, you can go down the shops, this thing is always whispering to you. And you know what? It could end up really dramatic. And you could end up living here if you don't resist the temptation. Well, that was dramatic. Yamaha lays claim to owning the naked category with its MT-07, MT-09 and MT-10. What you're looking at here is the boss, the MT-10 SP. It gets active Öhlins suspension. Well, it's also the keynote speaker at that family reunion. We're not talking about some stammering, shy uncle. We're talking about the alpha male. This really is the Godfather of the MT series. Well, let's crash that family reunion, shall we? And see what the Godfather's all about.
Sports bikes leave me a little conflicted. Polar extremes of opinion, all in the one whack. Now that might come off sounding just a little confusing. Let me elaborate. First up, I love the thrilling violence of the mega go that hard-edged hero sports offerings bring to the table. Indeed, the heart rate monitor destroying precision and high technology inherent in most modern sports tackles is kinda worth the price of admission by itself. Yes, hot sporties perform the highly necessary task of reminding one that one is alive. Well, this one anyway. I reckon there's a better than even chance that you are the same. You know, that feeling. But, you knew there was going to be a but, didn't you? Sports bikes are uncomfortable. Seriously uncomfortable. Like hearing your parents have sex uncomfortable. You get the picture. Uncomfortable. That's where things like this here MT-10 SP march confidently in and take centre stage. With bikes of this ilk, you can still get all the thrills, all the adrenaline, all the modern tech, but you can sit on the damn things for longer than an episode of Gilligan's Island before you have to visit the doctor to get the strongest painkiller she will allow. So, let's take a bit of a look at the SP, shall we? The SP is a sportier version of the MT-10. Yamaha has taken a stock MT-10, added Öhlins active suspension front and rear, a colour TFT instrument panel, R1M inspired paint job and a quick shifter to turn out the pinnacle of its naked range. Now all this comes at a pretty primo price. You'll be handing over $24,349 for the SP, which is a heady 3200 Spondulix over the Windows sticker right-away of the garden variety MT-10 at $21,149. An aggressive, menacing look about the bike. All sci-fi on edges. The styling doesn't exactly flow, and you can forget about classic uninterrupted lines. Nope, it's all edges, creases and folds. Some will hate that, others will love it. The engine is the latest YZF R1's 998cc inline 4-cylinder cross-plane item. It's a rocket ship proven donk that sends this thing into supersonic performance numbers, making a substantial 118 kilowatts at 11,500 RPM and 111 Newton meters at a very high 9,000 RPM. The engine is a highlight and sounds wild at standard. Forget about an add-on pipe, you'll be wasting good money. The list of high-end fruit here is extensive. Cop this lot. There's that Olin's active suspension setup, quick shift, flash paint and full Tft Dash, along with TCS and D-mode, and the brand's assist and slipper clutch to stop you skidding about on aggressive down changes. It's a stubby, steep beastie with the wheelbase coming in at 1400mm. To give some perspective, that's 35mm shorter than the BMW S1000R. You stunters listening? So, it's not cheap, and the modern bike marketplace decides harshly on that front, especially now. Indeed, this thing represents the top end of the Yami stable. There's a lot to like here. Sophisticated, beautifully turned out and engineered, blisteringly quick, only 210 kilograms fully wet, and chassis dimensions that make it as sporty as the best of them. It's no sweetie though, it makes you earn it and is slightly flighty. No, this is no benign naked bike. Indeed, it's thrilling, but bring your A game.